I have located my 80-meter portage. It is actually a real portage and it exists. I'm gonna take it, I think. Huh. Oh, the water's coming through here. Fairly simple portage. A couple of down trees I have to go over, but not too bad. And look, it's like a lake. Woohoo! This is great. Water. Ah, yeah. Awesome. All right, it is 10 after 11, and I am moving on. Just finished the portage, the 80-meter, small and fairly simple. The next one on the map says that I can probably skip it by wading through the creek if I want. It's 120 meters or something like that. Got a couple hundreds and 200s coming up. And there's a big 700 meter, I think, and then a 90 meter, and then I'm at the campsite. Make it sound like I'm there, but it's like 6 portages away still, so. Yeah. No rain so far. It's been amazing. It's supposed to rain all day today, so I'm really happy about that. The bugs are amazing. Haven't seen any moose or anything, but that's okay. A couple of ducks out here, mama duck and some babies. Not too much other wildlife that I can see. There are some beaver dams out here, but not lucky enough to see a beaver yet, but you never know. There's a massive moose. I didn't even see it. Hi. He's huge. I was so busy looking at the waterfalls, I totally missed it. It was standing there in the water. He's just looking at me. Hi, buddy. The wind is just blowing me. I can't film and get closer, but it's enormous. I don't want to get any closer. Oh, he's going off into the bushes now. Thank you. He's standing right there looking at me through the trees. Bye, thank you. I was looking at this, and I'm looking at the map, and I'm going, how am I gonna just wade through that? Like, it's huge. And all of a sudden I look and there's a moose standing there. Oh my gosh. Yes, my streak is not broken. 11:25 in the morning and I saw a moose. I can't believe it. So supposedly if the water levels are high, I can wade through this. This just looks like a disaster. This is what I was looking at. I was looking at my map and I was like, oh, okay, is that it? And then I spotted the portage sign. And then all of a sudden I'm like, hello? They really do camouflage themselves well. The water is so brown looking and the moose is brown and oh man, I almost totally missed that. Alright, the portage is right here. So I'm gonna get at her. I think it's like 120 meters or something like that. So I saw a moose. I saw a moose. I saw a moose. I saw a moose. I certainly wouldn't want to pull the canoe up through that. That's just a big waste of time and it's asking for trouble. But it's pretty. Alright, it is 11:45 and I can hear the rushing water already, probably for the next portage. I know it's close. There's 4 of them that are really close together. And then I've got the big one that goes into the lake I'm staying on, and then there's just like a 90 meter to get to the bottom half of the lake where the campsite is. So I'm going to be in and out of the boat a lot here, I think, in the next little bit, which is fine because I just saw a moose. So I'm still pretty happy about that. Try to get a good view of it. There's so much foliage and stuff in front of it. There you go, Gary. There's your waterfall. All right, I think this is a 135-meter portage. I'm gonna go knock this out. Gotta keep moving so I can stay warm. Temagami is famous for small but mighty. I've been like trying to finagle myself to get through here. There's a whole bunch of deadfall and stuff in the way. And then there's a little creek too in between. Hang on, I'll go over and show you. Yeah. So I just pushed that down. That was way up. There's the canoe. So I gotta go uphill, it looks like. So off I go. Oh, that wasn't fun. I went up the hill. There was a bunch of trees down, so I tried to go around and connect with the trail, but I lost it. I couldn't find it. I was going through the bush and I just kept walking. I'm like, I know it's gotta be here. And I found it, so I'm interested to see now where I come out when I go back. Hopefully there's a decent way to get the canoe through. Well, this is not where I have the canoe. Super steep hill, but it's way better still than the other way. The other way was all closed in with trees, and I've actually got like bits of tree branches stuck in my hair. I think the canoe is like way over there. So I might have to take the paddle. I've already got it set up to portage, so I might have to take the paddle out and move it. But I don't mind going up these. I don't love it, but I hate going down even more. I'm always worried I'm gonna slide and break my ankle. Okay, yeah, this was way easier than where I came in. Where's my canoe? It's not here. Oh, wow. All right. Hopefully I can, oh, it's right there. Okay. Oh, I can get to it. Awesome. Okay, I made it up that nasty hill. Whew. I'm still out of breath, but, oh, mosquito. Yeah, I'm smooth sailing the rest of the way. I think there's just like one tree I gotta kind of get myself over, and the rest is not bad. Okay, I gotta go catch my breath. All right, I managed to finish the portage. The canoe over here, looking across the waterway, and I already see the sign for the next portage over there. Hopefully it's just a nice, easy one. I was trying to clean out my hair while I was walking back to get the canoe. I went through like a tangle of trees with the backpack, and I was just like, just go, put your head down and go. And I had all kinds of stuff, I probably still do, stuck in my hair. So I have to clean that out later. Anyways, I'm just paddling across here to this portage. On the map, it says there's a 100 and then a 295, and it looks like literally there's like a spot of water in between. So I'm not sure what the situation is, if it's just a 500 meter, or if I have to like get on the water and then get back out like in 2 seconds, or how it's gonna work, but I guess I'll find out when I get there. Just on my way with the pack, and so far it is a lovely portage. Much nicer than the last one. That steep hill was killer, and finding the actual portage, I have to take a few extra minutes when I pull the canoe up to take a look and see where I'm actually going. Let's just get out of the boat and set it up and not find the portage first. Oh, this is fun. Good times. So I was just about to do it again. I started walking, I came to the end, I was like, wow, that was so short, right? Come down the portage, and I see the trail keeps going that way. So I start going that way, but like literally as far as you can see, and then it just stops and it's just bush. And I'm like, this can't be right, there's no way. There was such a nice trail. So I came back out to here, and I walked over here, and I looked around the corner, and I can see a portage sign over there on the other side. So I'm gonna go get the boat and come back and scoot over there. I was walking back to get the canoe, and my knee just met this lovely sharp stick sticking out of the ground. I'm hoping I didn't cut. I don't think I broke the skin. Man, does that hurt. Oh boy, that smarts. Look at how sharp it is. Oh yeah. All of these little portages take so long, you know, figuring out how to get in and out of the water and setting up the yoke and pack in, pack out, pack up, pack down. It's really tiring. Oh, that looks like fun. I'm assuming that's why this portage exists. Oh, it's very buggy here. Oh, this is a surprisingly nice access. No crazy tricks involved. Just pulled the canoe right up and off I go. All right, my hands are a little angry, but now I can get through there decently enough. Okay, come on, let's go. All right, well, I'm almost back at the canoe. As I've been walking on the portage, I've been thinking. There's a campsite on this lake. Then there's this lake. There's a 700-meter portage, and then there's a 90-meter portage, and then there's the campsite that I was aiming for today. However, part of why I really like this route is because there's a lot of different options, and because I did all that wading through the creek, like I think it was about 2 hours of walking upstream, pushing against my legs, and my quads are just shot right now. So I'm supposed to have 1,900 meters in portages today, and tomorrow's only 1,000, and then I have 10 kilometers of paddling tomorrow. So if I do 1,700 meters of portages tomorrow and only 12 today, it's not really a big difference. Oh, this is kind of nice. I'm paddling on a lake that is a little bit bigger. It looks like this is the campsite. I'm just gonna go peek around the other side and see if there's a place to land, because there definitely doesn't look like there's one over here. I was parked the canoe and I didn't go and look. I stopped there because I said I think this is the best I can get, and there was another trail there, and then I look, I get out, and there's like a beautiful landing. I mean, it's not gorgeous, but it's way better than where I pulled up, but oh well. Okay, up we go. Let's check this place out. Oh dear. I think that's the fire pit, which isn't very good. Oh, I like brought everything up, not everything, but I brought my food bag and my water and everything up because I said, I'm gonna stay here. It doesn't matter if it sucks, but it does suck pretty bad. I can put the tent right there. There's a trail. I'm just gonna put some stuff down here because my hands are full. I have like 2 full waters and a food bag with me. Okay, let's see if there's something better back here. You don't know though, I could go do the 700-meter portage and that 90-meter and get to the other lake, and that campsite might not be there, or it might be missing. Oh, okay, so the trail goes to the privy, and we have to do some acrobatics. I'm gonna cut that. I got my saw here. I'm gonna cut that later if I stay here. I'm still saying if, like it's a question. So there's no other place to put the tent. So I guess that spot is the spot. Unless I'm missing something here. I got the fire pit set up. A fire would be spectacular right now. I have not had one this year yet camping. There was a fire ban on when I camped in Algonquin 2 weeks ago. I set up the tent here. It is very unlevel. It's not actually. Just this side here, there's like a dip at the end, and I can't move it over further. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave it there for now. And then after I have my fire, I'll move it up to like right here where it's a little bit flatter and there's a bit more room. I just don't want it. I don't want it to be too close to the fire right now. Obviously, I don't want to burn a hole in it or anything. Anyways, it's 2:30. I am starving, so I'm gonna sit down and eat. My pants are actually starting to dry a little bit more, which is good because I'm up here walking around now. I'm not sitting in the canoe. What I decided to do was I'm just gonna take the tarp off the bug shelter, and I'm gonna string it in between this tree and this tree, so that it's just gives me a little spot to sit in front of the fire, just in case it does rain. It's not supposed to rain today or tomorrow anymore, but you never know. I'd just rather be safe than sorry. It's 10 after 3. I finally got my lunch together. I guess it's more of a dinner, but oh well. I've got some German salami cut up. I've got some Cheez-Its. I have some Melba toast that I brought in these little packages, and I have some 2-year-old cheddar. So I had to do a bunch of stuff. It feels like it might rain again. I'm actually feeling really guilty for sitting here eating and not putting my tarp up and getting the fire going, but there's just always something else to do, and I just need to sit and eat lunch first and then do that stuff. And if it pours rain, then I'll just have to go get in the tent. I hung up my clothes. They were soaking wet. I had to put them on the line. The wind is blowing nice, so hopefully that'll dry them quickly. And got my pack spread out. My pack is wet as well. The bags, the sleeping bag, the thermarest bag, they're all wet, even though I put plastic inside of them, and the thermarest and the sleeping bag are dry. So I just want to put everything out so it can kind of dry a little bit while it's not raining. And now I'm going to sit here and eat for a bit, and then I'll get back to work afterwards. Bon appetit! Alright, well, I kind of compromised, and I sat for a few minutes and ate a few things, and then I put up the tarp while I was eating. I made a little compromise. So I've got it up. It's not the greatest because it fits with the bug shelter, and it's kind of like a diamond shape, and I didn't have any trees over here. So I put one of the corners there, and then I attached it to the branch here because this tree is way down there and I cannot reach it. Otherwise it would have been a good tree to use. It would have been perfect, but I did borrow its branch, and it looks a little wonky, but it's actually really nice in there, and should be good. So I am going to start a fire now. There is a little bit of wood that was here, and I'm going to cut a bunch more. I was also really cold when I was eating, just sitting still. So now that I've been moving around, I feel a little bit better. Well, a little while ago, Bigfoot Bushcraft sent me some fire plugs, and I usually use fire sticks from the Dollarama, so I thought it would be interesting to try a different kind. They sent this little tin with it. They also sent a flint, which I'm not going to use today because I just can't even be bothered with any of that right now. And in the cap, there's directions. So, let's see what it says. It says, bend the plug in half, back and forth. Twist the halves in opposite directions to pull apart. Spark the exposed fibers to ignite the plug. So it seems pretty basic, and they're cute. They're pink, and they're really tiny, and they actually sent me unscented ones by request. So I'm supposed to bend it back and forth. Twist the halves in opposite directions. And then I'm supposed to spark the exposed fires to ignite the plug. So I've got just a little bit of some dry stuff that I found around the campsite here. I'm gonna have to saw some more wood up, but I thought this would be good to get it started. So I'm just gonna drop it in there. And let's see how it works. Thanks to Bigfoot Bushcraft for sending me these, and I also have them on my website if you guys are interested. So I'm just going to sit and wait and see how that goes. I'm not going to touch it, and just see if everything lights up nicely. I don't usually have fires when I do trips like these because it's just a lot of work and I'm so tired, and I am really tired, but I'm working in such a small space today. It's kind of nice. I don't have to move around too much. That piece of wood that was up in the air behind the tent is right there on the bottom, and it's nice and dry because it was up in the wind. So I just put a piece on, and it seems to be burning well. So I'm going to cut a bunch of that up for the night, and I'm just going to sit here and relax for a bit. I am pooped, and I'm delighted to be here, and I still need to hang my flag. I'm going to do that next. Well, today is Canada Day, and those of you who know me know that I love Canada Day. I go on a trip every year. I bring a ginormous Canadian flag. I hang it on my site. I wear Canadian clothes. I listen to Canadian music. I eat Canadian food. And this year, things are a little bit different. And in light of recent events, I decided that I was going to use today as a day of mourning and not celebrate Canada Day. So instead today, I am hanging this beautiful Canadian native flag. It was created by an Indigenous person named Curtis, and unfortunately Curtis passed away in 2019, but I'm told that his family receives royalties for the flags that are purchased. I'm also going to be wearing orange shirts throughout the weekend, and that is also to show my support. I don't want to go on too much about it. I just wanted to explain to you guys why I was wearing orange instead of my normal Canada Day stuff, and talk a little bit about this absolutely beautiful flag. Well, it's 5:30. The sun is out. Still a few clouds in the sky, but it is mostly blue, and it is just beautiful out. I'm sitting here in the sunshine, just letting it warm me, and getting ready to start thinking about making dinner soon. I'm actually hungry again. I didn't eat much for lunch. It was so late. Well, it is 6 o'clock, and I am hungry again. I didn't eat very much for lunch. The salami was really hard on my heartburn, so I was like, just ate a little bit, and I put some back. I had a Snickers bar. I brought a whole Snickers bar for like every day of my trip, and I totally forgot it was in there. I just found it in the bear vault. I was like, oh man, but I didn't eat it. I like to make a dessert wrap with one of them and see how that comes out. 1.5 cups of water, because I am making, this is new for me, I'm really excited to try this, Canadian beef goulash. Yeah, so it says, remove oxygen pack, add 1.5 cups. Not only can I read this without my glasses, but I can read it with my sunglasses on. So good, Randy, thank you. 1.5 cups boiling water, stir and seal pouch. Step 3, let sit for 12 to 15 minutes. Oh, that can't be fast enough. I'm not going to open that yet. I'm just going to get my stove going here and boil some water and dump it in. Easy peasy meal tonight. All right, well, my Canadian beef goulash is ready and it looks amazing. It smells really good too. I am going to go eat. Well, the sun's been coming and going, but it's been out probably 50% of the time. Finished my dinner. It was delicious, and just sitting here deciding if I'm gonna have dessert or not. I brought stuff to make 2 dessert wraps, and I also have some M&Ms and apparently an extra Snickers bar now that I didn't eat today. So I'm just sitting here contemplating. Well, it's about 10 after 8 and I'm just sitting here reading my new book, which is fantastic. I had no doubt. Sitting here in the nice warm sunshine. A loon just popped up on the lake, and just sitting here listening to the birds and the noises of the forest and relaxing. I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to survive. I'm starting to get the blinky eye. I'm so tired. I'm so glad I brought my chair. Usually I bring my hammocks on stuff like this, but because I brought the bug shelter and I thought it was going to be buggy, I brought my chair thinking that, you know, I would be in the bug shelter, but I don't think I needed the bug shelter. But oh well, such is life. Perfect sunset campsite. Who knew? Pretty happy about that. Well, it is 8:54 and the sun is going down. And it is starting to get chilly. I can feel it. I've been sitting here in the sunshine for, at least a good hour straight after the clouds went away. It's just so nice, warm, and toasty. But now I can feel the temperature going down. And my fire's starting to dwindle here. I was reading my book and I didn't get up and do anything to it. So I'm probably going to go to bed soon. I'm really, really tired. I'm just waiting to see the finale. Usually after the sun goes down a little while later, that's when the pretty colors come. There are some clouds down there. Not sure if it's going to do anything or not, but we'll see. Perfect Mirror Lake here on No Name Lake in Temagami. Just got the fire going a little bit better. I'm just going to sit here for a little while longer and stay warm. Just sitting here waiting for this to burn a little bit, maybe a half hour or so. It's nice and warm sitting here next to the fire, and I'm getting very sleepy. I'm going to go to bed soon. Well, it's 10 after 10 and I'm all comfy cozy in my sleeping bag. I'm super tired and I'm really sore. I just took 2 Tylenols and an allergy pill and an acid pill. So I know I'm going to be a little bit sore tomorrow, I'm sure. Wading through that creek for hours and hours today was insane, especially going upstream. But it was a pretty good slog, and it was better than I expected it to be. So, I don't know. I guess that explains why nobody's on this campsite. I'm always like going through these places, and I'm like, there's only one site on this lake. If I get there and someone's on it, I'm in trouble. And then I go out and I never see anybody, and then I do these crazy like treks, and then I wonder why I don't see anybody. Well, I guess I'm just crazy and most people probably aren't, but whatever. Anyways, it was a good day overall. I feel like I got to spend a lot of time at camp and enjoy the area as well. which was great. Heading to MAKOBE tomorrow. I've got about 4 portages, 700, a 500, 300, and a 100, I think. And then I can either stay on MAKOBE if I feel like it, or I can paddle up through to Banks, which is another 100-meter portage, and then scoot through, I guess, South MAKOBE into the channel the next day, or I can just stay on MAKOBE, like the middle of MAKOBE. There's no campsites in the south end of MAKOBE, so I could stay in the middle of MAKOBE and then the next day just go up and go into the channel. So I'm just going to see how I feel, see how the weather is, see how the winds are, and just go wherever I feel like going. So should be a good day, and I am looking forward to sleep right now. So good night. Well, good morning. It is Friday, July 2nd, 6 a.m. The sun has just come up right in front of the campsite, and had a beautiful, beautiful sleep. It's so warm and cozy in here. I do not want to get out of my tent, but I better get up and start the day. There are, like, I guess they're mosquitoes. I don't know. There's just hordes of them sitting here in front of my tent. I got a new headlamp sent to me from Army Tech. It is the C2 Wizard Pro. It's very similar to the one that I was already using, except it's more powerful and it's bigger. And so far, I think I like the one that I have, the Tiara, better, just because of the size. I find this one really big and bulky, and it's heavy on my forehead, whereas the other one only goes to about here, where my thumb is. And it's a lot lighter and smaller, and it still gives me what I need. Army Tech makes a great headlamp. You can't go wrong with them, and there's nothing wrong with this one. I think it's great. I just find for me and my little tiny head that the smaller one is a little bit more comfortable. Oh, there's a shot of my knee. I really smucked it good. Oh well, part of tripping. All right, it is 7:30, and once again, I am all packed up and ready to go. Beautiful, beautiful morning here. It's very, very calm. The mosquito apocalypse seemed to be only around my tent this morning. Doesn't seem to be too bad now that I'm up and moving about, but still got my hat on today and my head net because I've got 4 portages. The first one is a 700 meter, and it's just at the other end of the lake here, so I'm happy to knock that one out first of all. Then I have a 90, a 500, a 300, and a 100. Not sure of the order of those last two. And then I'm on MAKOBE, and then I'm going to be paddling to either look for a campsite, or I might go up to Banks. There's another 100-meter portage into Banks. Just depends what I find, how I feel, and what I want to do today. I might camp on Banks, I might camp on MAKOBE, and we'll see how the day goes. So, feeling good. I'm feeling okay. I'm not too stiff and sore. I got a really good rest last night, so off we go. All right, I am on the water, saying goodbye to this no-name lake. I was just scanning the shore to see if there were any moose or anything that I hadn't noticed. Goodbye, campsite. You were great. And off we go. Well, I've located the portage sign. I don't see anything that looks like a portage. I see overgrown mess, but I'm going to do what I did yesterday and look for the trail before I dock the boat this time, so that I'm not, way over from it. I actually think it's right by the sign. The sun is so bright, it's so hard to see. There we go. Oh, here's the trail. Oh, good. Oh, good. Okay. I was scared there for a minute. I'm like, it's really overgrown. All right, here we go. I found a great little spot for my water bottles. Because I have them both on carabiners, I just put the pack on first, and then I just hook them right into the sides of the PFD. And they don't bother me much there at all, and then my hands are free in case, you know, take a face plant or something, I can use my hands. So kind of cool. All right, I'm off. Here we go. Well, that first little section of the portage is all swampy and sucky muck, but I just took a step up and now I'm on rocks. So tried to take my shoe. I was like, not today. I need it. Thank you. Well, just like at the start of the portage, there's a bunch of spots that have sucky muck swamp tendencies. You'll be just walking along and then all of a sudden it'll just switch like this. There's another one. It's really there goes my shoe. It's really sucky mucky. Cool. Here we go again. Alright, I'm gonna turn the camera off. Alright, it is 8:07. Took me like over 20 minutes for a 700 meter. Just a couple of blowdowns, some sucky muck, and a few steep hills. Not too bad, it's just long and very overgrown too. But here I am. Oh, this is really pretty. I'm glad I didn't do that last night. I think I would have been too tired. All right, it's 8:13. Took a little time there at the end of the portage to retighten my shoes. I took my long sleeve off. I'm already hot enough just to be wearing my tank, which is awesome. Yesterday I had my tank, my long sleeve, and my raincoat on all day, so it's definitely warmer today. The bugs weren't as bad in here as they were this morning on my campsite. So I've got my head net and my hat still because I'm gonna have the canoe over my head, but I don't think I'm gonna need it. Hopefully I don't need it, but I might, so I just kept it on just in case. And that's about it. Well, it's 8:31, just back at the canoe. I cleared a bunch of the spots where there were problems, so I should be good to go, and I only half lost my shoe once, so much better than on the way through. Hopefully the canoe goes by fast. Oh, finally made it. 22 minutes for a 700 meter with the canoe. That's crazy. I had to stop once and rest my shoulders. They're really sore today. I'm glad the biggest one is done. Alright, I got a bit of paddling to do. And then I've got a 90 meter. This was the lake that I had intended to stay on last night. I'm very glad that I didn't do that portage. My legs were so tired yesterday. I was struggling today with fresh legs. It's not my legs right now. My shoulders are really sore from yesterday. There were a lot of places where I had to pull the canoe over beaver dams and logs and stuff like that. And really used a lot of my muscles in my shoulders and my arms. And it's a little bit sore carrying the canoe. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you saw, please click the subscribe button. Also click the bell for notifications. If you'd like to get more information on the stuff I use on my trips, please check out my website at CamperChristina.com. Thanks. Bye.